Hi, it's Ep102 and welcome to the Millionaire Insider. For over 30 years, I've been advising and researching the top 1% and 2% of millionaires to learn what do they do differently. What do millionaires with amazing lives do differently in their business, in their life, and with their money? And now I'm sharing it with you to provide you the insights that you can get on a direct flight to your goals and your dreams and ultimately create a financially free life you love. So today we're diving into the Millionaire Insider budget. And this is a big one because most people, if you're like me, you think millionaires don't budget, right? Oh, nothing could be further from the truth. In fact, it's one of the things that really shocked me when I started working with millionaires. So before we dive in, please go down, click subscribe so that you get notices of each new episode. And many of you ask, how can I get my Millionaire Insider mug? You get those by engaging in the comments. I want to see you apply this material. Well, I can't guarantee most things in life. I can guarantee that if you apply what I teach you, you are going to dramatically improve your odds of success and you're going to get there 10 times faster. So please engage, subscribe. So let's dive into episode 102, the Millionaire Insider's budget. So as I shared with you, when I first started working with millionaires, I just assumed they didn't have to have a budget. In fact, I was so excited to become a millionaire so I didn't have to worry about budgeting, knowing what comes in, what goes out. Nothing could be further from the truth. In fact, millionaires with amazing lives know exactly where their money is. They know what's coming in, they know what's going out, and they know their percentages. Debt percentage, income percentage, everything, expenses, all of it. So let's dive in to episode 102, the Millionaire Insider's Master Budget. You can go to millionaireseries.com/MI for all the episodes and show notes, and you can go to millionaireseries.com/102 for the Master Budget. Before every episode, I do have a disclosure I have to provide you. The materials and intellectual property are copywritten by themillionaireseries.com. The information we provide is not intended to replace advice for your investments, your financial plan, your health, or any other aspect of your affairs. Before beginning any plan, you agree to consult with your own team of advisors and to review your unique situation. All participants agree to hold millionaireseries.com and its affiliates harmless where results achieved or not achieved, and all international copyrights are reserved. So let's dive in. You can go to millionaireseries.com/MB and download the master budget. So you can actually use the master budget that I created. And it's uniquely created so that it separates out your income and your expenses, and it even has a component to help you if you happen to be an overspender like so many people are. So when I created this budget, I did it because I saw people, both millionaires and non-millionaires, that were just wreaking havoc with their financial affairs. And what I wanted to do was create a budget that anyone, regardless of where they are financially, could get on track. And I have literally seen amazing results from people who have used this budget. So please, please apply it and use it. The first thing you want to do is you want to collect all of your financial documents. So get everything together. You then want to create an income folder. And in the income folder is going to be everything that comes in. Income from your job, income from side jobs, income from dividends, wherever you get income. You then want to create an expense folder, and this is going to be all of your expenses, what goes out. Money that may go out for a mortgage or a car payment or groceries, anything that you spend money on each month. The next thing you want to do is you want to create a financial statement folder. This is where you're going to put anything you have that ties to finances. It might be your investment report. It may be your 401k if you have one at work. It's going to be the loan you have on your house. Anything that ties into a financial statement or a balance sheet is going to go in this folder. You then want to create an itemized list of all sources of income. Examples may include wages from your job or career, earnings from a side job or a home-based business, dividend or interest income, rental income, just to name a few. Then you want to create a list of monthly expenses. And your expenses are going to be where you really itemize each one out. So the next thing you want to do is you want to create your ideal budget. And this is what you want to be doing each month. The reality of what you're going to find is typically what we want, and what's actual may not be lined up as well as we would like, but don't worry about it. As you become aware of it, it's going to become easier. We all have hardwired neural pathways, meaning pathways of beliefs, some serving us, some not. It takes 66 days to change those. So if you've never budgeted before, you got to give yourself a break, right? And just stick to it and just do a little each day. It's going to dramatically improve where you are and ultimately where you want to go. All right, then you're going to create an actual budget. This is absolutely critical, and it's going to show what you actually spent. So now you want to go to millionaireseries.com/MB to get the master budget. And what you want to do is, you'll see on this budget, it actually provides you a place for the income, and then it provides you two different pages. The first page is your needs, meaning what you have to have money to pay for, mortgage, insurance, things that are not negotiable. And then the second page is going to include your expenses that are wants. Now, one thing that's really, really interesting on this, as you'll notice, is that I separate out the food and beverages total. The reason I separate out the food and beverage total is because I have found that to be an area where so many people just wreak havoc on their budget. And I will tell you this much, I'm really bad. Like, if any of you guys are bad, like when you go to the grocery store, join the club. I am the worst. In fact, I get home and my husband's like, "What did you buy?" I'm like, "I don't really know." But I get into the organic food section and I basically bring home everything. And I always go to the store when I'm hungry, which you're never supposed to do. So anyway, if you're like me, this is going to work like a gem. So I went to the store and I had $200, and literally I spent like $198. I mean, it is stressful, but it really does keep you on budget. When you go with a credit card, it's so easy to overspend, but when you're using cash, you pay a lot more attention. And we're going to dive into exactly how to do it, but what you want to do is you want to identify how much cash you have each month to spend, and that's what you've got to use. And you can do it weekly or you can do it monthly. But, dining out, recreation, beauty, furnishings, all those things that are variable. All right, now you want to input your income and your expenses into the master budget so that you can determine what you're actually spending. And ideally, you want to go and look at the last 6 to 12 months. If there are things that you pay annually, you want to make sure they're included in that budget, or you pay every 6 months or every quarter. And ideally, what you want to do is you want to have also an emergency reserve set up. So your emergency reserve could be 6 months, it could be 12 months. Some of us who have companies may have 2-3 years. Obviously, depending on where you are and what you're concerned about, you may have more. Typically, it also depends on where you've got your money invested. So if you have your money invested in more conservative or short-term maturities, you may need less cash. Again, that's something that you want to check with your advisor on based on your situation. But this is what you do. You deposit all income into a savings account. So everything that comes in, everything you determine comes in, is going to go into a savings account. Then you're going to transfer the needs expenses, which is on page 1, to your checking account. You're then going to take out your want expenses that are on page 2, take those out in cash. This makes it easier to stick to your budget, much easier. At the end of each month, compare your actual budget with your ideal budget, and then you want to identify what worked with your budget, what worked and what didn't work, where did you get off track, and what do you need to get on track so that you can create a better plan for next month's spending, and then identify consequences for achieving your goal. If you achieve your goal and you do what you're supposed to do, you need to give yourself a huge reward. So some of my clients, what they'll do is they get a massage if they stick with their budget. Others go golf. If you don't do it, either make a donation to a political or a religious organization you would never support. Those can be very effective. Yeah, I know it can be painful, but what's great about it is we want you to do whatever you need to do so that you stick with your budget. So if you find that you overspend or you have trouble budgeting, look at what you need for your wants and what you can afford based on the fact that you are saving, that you're putting enough money away in your retirement, that you've got your emergency reserve, all of those things. And let's just say that you determine you can spend $100 a week. So this particular month, there are 4 weeks in the month. So every week you have $100 to spend. One thing that works very effectively for a lot of people is to give themselves $100 on Sunday, then they have through Saturday to spend that. If Wednesday they've already spent the $100, they don't have any more money to spend until the following Sunday. This can be very effective for children that are in college or even high school kids. Very effective to get them used to living on a budget. If you are very disciplined and you don't need that, then just give yourself $400. If you run out the second or third week, you got to wait until the next month. That's very effective. And you can just play with it. You know, life is kind of like a game. It's kind of like a puzzle. I think of budgeting totally as a puzzle. You know, when you first start out, it's overwhelming. You're like, there's no way I can ever do this. And then you get the border, and then you start putting in the pieces, and before you know it, you have a masterpiece. That's the same thing when it comes to your budget. So have fun. If you look at it as a game, it becomes a lot easier, right? Versus being like, oh my gosh, I can't do this, or oh my gosh, what about that? Before you know it, you got yourself all worked up and none of it's even come true. So just be easy on yourself, have fun, enroll some partners, make it a good time. So if you need help on your mindset, you know, a lot of people, their biggest challenge is their mindset, meaning they don't have the right mindset, the right foundation, the right worth barometer. If that's you, you can go to millionaireseries.com/mindset and watch my training there, where I teach you some of the insider secrets you need to really master your mindset. It's very difficult to become financially free, and it's virtually impossible to become financially free with an amazing life if you don't master your mindset. So millionaireseries.com/mindset. So there you have it, the Millionaire Insider Budget. Isn't that easy? It's kind of like easy. I love that. I want a button that says easy, right? I mean, it's so easy. And I'm here to help you. I mean, budgeting really is not that hard. And with a little bit of encouragement, a little bit of accountability, you will have it nailed in no time. So trust me on this one. Just start doing it a little bit each day. And before you know it, you're like, got it done, and the next thing you know, now you're putting more money away. So again, thanks so much for attending. Please hit subscribe. I want you to subscribe. That tells me that you're enjoying the content and that you want more. And also go down and comment. We can have our maca cacao latte each afternoon together in our mugs. But people who engage are the ones that I'm going to be sending those mugs to. I got those specifically for you, so take advantage of it. Again, if you want show notes and details, you can go down below. You can also go to millionaireseries.com/102. And you can go to millionaireseries.com/MI for all the shows and all the show notes. So again, thank you so much for joining me for today. I really look forward to helping you on your journey to creating a financially free life you love. Bye now.